Hello students. So today we have got history lecture and we are doing lesson number 8 and name of the lesson is industry and trade. Today in your textbook come to page number 44. So last time what we have revised? We have revised about textile industry, silk industry, jute industry, hand sculpting, automobile industry, cement industry, leather industry, salt industry, bicycle industry, khadi and village industry. Today we'll see about agriculture. Now you know what you mean by agriculture. In India, agriculture is practiced using traditional and modern methods. In our country, how agriculture is done with the help of traditional and modern methods. Traditional means what? Old methods. And modern means what? Today we are using latest technology in field of agriculture. Many agricultural tasks are performed using bullocks. So during those days or during many years back, how agriculture tasks was performed with the help of bullocks. Still today in some of the places, bullocks are used. Similarly, machines are being used in different tasks like plowing, sowing, to harvesting, thrashing, etc. But today, what is being used? We use machines for plowing, for making the soil loose, sowing the seeds, to harvesting means from the time of sowing the seeds till harvesting and thrashing. The major occupation in India is agriculture. As you all know, which is our major occupation? Our major occupation in India is agriculture and other tasks based on agriculture. Agriculture and animal husbandry are practiced in villages. You know what you mean by animal husbandry. Today we have got with where many people have started new type of business that is called animal husbandry are practiced in village. 70% of Indian society depends upon jobs related to agriculture and agriculture production. In this industry, the participation of women is equal to that of man. So today, in this industry, women as well as men have participated equally. Agriculture is practiced in different seasons in India. Agriculture is practiced in different seasons. During rainy season, agriculture practice is done. When there is no rainy season, then also agriculture practice is done. Many varieties of crops are grown. So today, due to the advancement in the field of agriculture, many crops are being grown like jawar, wheat, rice, pulses and oilseeds are mainly produced. So all these things are being produced in agriculture. You know what you mean by pulses, your dal, your masoor dal. These are what? These are all your pulses. Along with it, cotton and sugarcane are processed to manufacture cloth and sugar respectively. So we have got cotton industries, we have got sugarcane industries. From cotton, what is produced? Cloth. From sugarcane, what is produced? Sugar. Agriculture also includes the production of fruits and vegetables. Not only crops are cultivated but also fruits and vegetables. Nowadays, industries processing these fruits and vegetables have come up. So processing means what? From different fruits. What we make juices. That is called processing. Agriculture fulfills man's basic needs. In order to encourage farming, loans are given to farmers through rural banks. So today, there are rural banks and cooperative institutions. They give loans for farmers for carrying out their agricultural activity. Study visits, agriculture, outdoor troops, and farmers get together are organized through the Panchayat Samitis to bring about improvement in agriculture. So today we have got Panchayat Samitis who bring improvement in agriculture. Tools and implements, seeds and fertilizers are also supplied. So all these things have been supplied for seeds, fertilizers. Fertilizers means a good quality of manure what is required are supplied. Farmers are given training regarding soil testing, nursery. Nursery means what? Where plants have been kept, and these plants are given for farmers with the help of nursery. Then pisciculture, poultry, cattle and goat rearing, dairy farming, etc. Guidance is given to farmers by district level training institute. Financial help is given to build warehouse for storing the farm produce. Warehouse means what? Godams have been made where farmers can store their agricultural crops and keep safe. India is rapidly becoming independent in food grain production and farming technique. Modern technique like drip irrigation, organic farming. So today we have got something called organic farming are used for farming. Policy of the central government. In the fourth five-year plan, we have seen in the previous chapter different types of plans. So in the fourth five-year plan, focus was placed on paper industry, pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical means what? Medicines, where medicines are manufactured. Industry, motor, tractor industry, leather, good, textile industry, food processing industry, oil, color, sugar industry, etc. According to the Industrial Licensing Policy of 1970, all those factors requiring an investment of more than 5 crore rupees were to be included as heavy industries. So where there's an investment of more than 5 crore rupees, those industries were declared as heavy industries. For example, your motor tractor industry, leather industry, textile industry, these are what? These are your heavy industries. The big industries houses and foreign companies were allowed to invest in heavy industries that were not reserved for public sector. As a result of this policy, by the end of 1972, 3,18,000 small industries were registered with the government registration office. So we have got government registration office where 3,18,000 small industries has been registered. Now, mineral wealth. The availability of the minerals, iron and coal plays a major role in the industrial development of the country. We have adequate stores. Adequate means what? Sufficient stores of iron, manganese, coal and mineral oil in our country. Forest resources. Government has reserved some forest for the industries based on forests. The task of conservation of the forest is done by the central government. So who conserve the forest? The central government conserves the forest. The state government and by the local people. Forests are necessary for the raw material for industries like construction, paper, newsprint, silk, matchboxes, medicinal, herbs, honey, then liquor and raw materials needed for paint. So all these things we get from our forest resources. Fisheries. Now let us see about fishes. Fisheries include seawater fish and freshwater fish found in river, canal, ponds and lakes. So today Fish industry has also become one of the important industry. Harbors have been built or old harbors have been redeveloped. Fish seed incubation centers. Fish seed incubation centers means these fishes have been produced in artificial way, that is called fish seed incubation centers, and fishing industries training centers have been provided for the growth of this industry. So today even fisheries have become very important industry. Tourism. India has a rich cultural heritage. We go once in a way to visit different places, that is called tourism. There are places of worship for different religion, pilgrimage centers, confluences of rivers, forts, caves, etc. all over our country. Tourists from our country as well as from abroad travel in India throughout the year. So people keep on traveling. They go abroad to travel, or there are many beautiful places in India to see, and that is called as tourism industry. The facilities for tourists to stay, travel, etc. are provided through the tourism development corporation. Sale of cruises and the hotel industry thrives in tourist places. So there are hotels. When we go to visit some places, we go to visit a hotel for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. So there is hotel industry also. In some places, there are guides. Who are guides? When we don't know a particular place, so who guide us? There are guides. Or sometimes, for example, we don't know the history of a fort. So who tells us the history of the fort? The guides are there. Information to tourists about that area. Sometimes, when vehicles don't reach the destination in some remote and difficult to reach tourist places, the local people help the tourists in return for the free. Employment opportunities are generated out of these needs. Now, import, export of foreign trade. When planning started in 1951, the import of industrial goods and raw materials required for production increased. India imports includes machines, iron, mineral, oil, fertilizers, medicine, etc. India also gave impetus to exports after independence in order to gain valuable foreign exchange. India exports included tea, coffee, spices, cotton, textile, leather, footwear, pearls, precious stone, etc. So India exports. So India sends all these things to different parts of countries in exchange of foreign trade. Internal trade now. India's internal trade take place via railways, waterways, road, airways, etc. Ports like Mumbai, Kolkata, Cochin, and Chennai are important. Commodities like coal, cotton, cotton textile, rice, wheat, raw jute, iron, steel, oilseed, salt, sugar, etc. are included in internal trade. Due to the development of industry, the standard of life in the country improves. So today, these industries have made lot of changes, and what has improved? The standard of life has improved. Many opportunities for employment became available because of industries. Today, most of the people are getting jobs. On the whole, it helps in the progress of the country. So let us conclude. All these industries has helped in the progress of a country. So, hope so students, you have understood this chapter on industry and trade. Thank you students.